Today we got the Seahawks. It's the Detroit Lions. Very good. Here's Brandon McManus to get this one going. And away we go from Wisconsin. He fields it from the 8. He's going to so the Lions take the field for their first drive. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
Okay, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback. A guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills. And it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain high success in his league.
This Williams, that's first no place to go. Maybe he'll take him out and go on.
Well, there was never any play that I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down, or chances to make up for it.
All right, here we go. Second down. Look on, go. In a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first. We'll look by the Packers on third down. Shotgun snap here to go. So he's going for it. And he's second going to the first step on your footage.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just within his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First game of the game until the games. And is it for results and maybe 2 years? Look at home.
Like that's a game that's right on the step sheet. If you see what they're playing on the ground later on, it's going to be because of a play just like that. And it's putting up the front and opening the door. Bigger gap in the future.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's second and 8. Up to the end. Here comes Jimmy Gibbs. They're down to 36. They get 18 on that pickup. He's going for Detroit first down.
Something out of that Kate that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Got that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass to far more. This game.
He's gone for the first and 2. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move, but let's see what's going to be second down. Now they connected him 3 straight before that no problem. I'd be perfect anyways, but they're still moving it well.
I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series. He's the one driving it.
Here's second and 10 now from the 36. Enough to Gibbs from the gun. This is lose yards here. It's going to bring up third down.
This is one of those situations, Kate, I lost the ball language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his own line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and leave. Instead, it goes backwards.
Dolphin, third alone. Hits Williams. He's going to be taken down one shot in the 25. That's going to go with a gain of 13 yards. The Lions have first in.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Lions, they call it the money down for a reason because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's a money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series. Really well covered read on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Still 10 to go. Second down now from the 26. Send one of the tight ends in motion runs. Running to a David Montgomery. And a good team. It's going to be no games. So that means third down coming up.
But what the ball in the NFL is hard and play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key though. At the end of the game, those plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Looking at 3rd down. And again, the scrimmage.
It's such a bummer trade for a quarterback. Just really and take off. He really liked finding a way to move the chains. He could not. The defense rallied. They responded, and they forced a 4th down.
On 4th down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. With the right hash. This is going to be a 41-yarder. Bates kicks it up and go. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that as it drives ahead.
Call it a good start. Offense established himself, moved the ball, and the kicker able to give him a lead.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. As they set the 6. This gets out to the 40 before he stopped. So that's the Packers. They now defense for their opening drive. They made that out by the Utah State product of former first rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
What's cool about Jordan's story too, Kate, is he's officially moved beyond the story of how his career began, of sitting and waiting for his opportunity to shine. Now we just get to celebrate all these shining moments, showing off the talent that he's got.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. There's Jim Steakins getting his first look at the ball. And maybe the rest of the games did not maintain a proper connection rock, but their first play winds up going backwards. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock it behind the sticks. John, well done there.
Instead, going down, coming up. We're seeing this more and more these days, mixing some deep looks into the opening script. Brock test all levels of the secondary. They held up there.
Yeah, it's not going to be the last time this defense will be tested. This group likes to push the ball down the field. They answered the call that time.
3rd and long. Here's a just for Jacobs. He pushes it up across the 40 before going out.
It's close to I sit and judge defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him flipped to see what's going on the field. Not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
So 4th down, here comes Daniel Wheeler, descended flying for the Packers. Takes this into the 25. And some 6-4 points. It is still to nothing on return. Detroit getting its offense set for their second drive. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, but they had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. With Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. St. Brown, the receiver, in motion right. To the air on 1st down. Here's Goff. They're able to go around as he reaches the 45. One goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
We see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's it running up. Play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets some leverage. He gets to that
And sneaks system too.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to NFL, every learning is going to be a big play. Some of them, we're just testing it in a minimal game, and some of them, we set up that critical play action for later.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Connection. Come on. It's Gibbs in the field. Game 2 before he has it. They're going to face 3rd down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. When the back ended up being the target, they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Now on 3rd down. This is not good. You can show the field that the defender is there to force this 4th down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Top Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on the 3rd down?
Yes. They don't get the they need, and they're going to take some breathing, but they took over on downs.
It's 4th down runs. It's all about want to and will. You want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off
the Green Bay offense returning to the field for their 2nd possession. And they haven't got their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. And they put this down to the 34. That play was for 19, and they didn't see the downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. This is going to be he takes him inside the 30-yard line. These 2 NFC North teams have played one so far. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after that. Time for our 2nd quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They have it on 2nd and short. Going line again with Jenkins. So it comes in the 15. This gets them to the late zone. They come through with a nice skin and turn in a 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Going to the ground again on 4th. He's going to start just it's a real selling pick up 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
That's just about technical defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and the bodies were there to stuff that home before we could get going.
Ball still at the 3 as they get set for 2nd and goal. From the gun. frequent their chances at the end zone rolling out from a big starting goal.
If you're going to get someone free detail builders, it is on the whole 100 yards. Once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. Let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
After the sack, offense dealing with 3rd and goal now from the 10. Long for him here. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now they're left with 4th and goal.
Well, you know what that route is called, right, kid? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to get. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Find a completion right there.
McManus sends it through. We're all tied up now in the first half.
You're not close in the red zone. You know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with a touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
After tying this game up, they're all set to center away. Let's return straight to the 5. This drive will start inside the 25. Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. They're coming out the 4th and try to continue luck in their favor. Let's see how about a 50 approach they take this time out. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. You're going to play action with Goff. For one play this drive, I'm going to be in trouble. He's been pushing back for 2nd down.
Pretty even match in this first half, and just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come tonight. And if you get that second, it can go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Second down and 19 yards to go after that sack. So inside any motion. The shotgun, come on. I'm a little safe for now. Yeah, only you were about to stop Holmes at the 26-yard line.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you can depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
Goff on 3rd. Complete. Makes the chance with his shit. Before he can get that first down, they say he's needy and going short.
You can really be in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in the league where you're just not getting as much a training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that. I promise you, some money will follow.
Running for it. Here's Pitts. That's a great field position.
And all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Now here comes the Green Bay offense. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. First down now, ball at the 33. Shotgun now for love. And the count begins with a rough first step there. It's going to bring up second down.
Never ever a great look when your quarterback's picking himself up a few seconds into a drive. They're going to need a lot more fight on second down, a whole lot of yardage to get this back on track.
Twelve to go now on second down after the sack. The shotgun. This is like it's a cushion also. He's in the red zone before someone can hear some shots. It's 16 yards on that play. And either will give the Packers the first.
But to be honest with you, Kate, as you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks,
Second down three.
so that's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. Nice play, solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Second section, Jacob. He's going to finish 3 Chasing and get you getting up.
Offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out. Third and short.
Here we go. Goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. Sneak it through. He's moving forward. It's going to set the first and goal. Still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we fit our 2-minute warning. But that's from Lambeau after this. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Changing things up. They're going to find same place. He's able to get to the 2 before they start.
I feel so bad. I really do. I don't mean this sarcastically, kid. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. They'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. I'm looking at this. It's Jacobs. It's a very good touchdown. It's a 8 points in the lead. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. Hesitation. We got the guy one right away and got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first break open just like the Giants, and that's 6 in the end.
Brandon McManus on for the PAT. That's another minute. Let's go. The Packers break that time. They'll leave by 7. Now is McManus to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down to the 26-yard line. And Detroit's offense getting ready for its next drive. They take over down 10-3 following that score. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. Looking on, go. He's taking to the 18 to 30.
Over the years, defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your team. You got to earn the right to lead the call blitzes. When you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun seat here to go. He's just complete. He's going to be taking it because it takes you to here's what calls timeout. It's second. They still running their kick for what's left of this half.
They'll stay there. They'll be behind that goal.
Let's see how they attack this first inning corner from the 45. Up to the air now. It's the 26 for the and they're going to at the 36. It's a gain of 19 on the play. It's good for Detroit 1st down.
Wide first down. They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the Moses and the Rose. That's a well-jammed completion that nets them the 1st down.
You got 1st down here from the 36. And again, come off. Into the hands of Gibbons. Supposed to be for a gain of over there.
You know, once in a while, I get these little flashbacks, but I don't play like that. Just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When the veteran QB said, hey, Bob, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never get the blow taking a profit. Don't get a completion or a premium in this league.
You want to get it. Let's go. I wasn't incomplete. I'll say Brownie is in the receiver. It's 3rd down.
What really safe to say is that one falls incomplete this 1st half so far. It's not met the standard they set for themselves.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Aaron is on through. It's a chance. They snap him. He was knocked down on that 18-meter line. Give him 13 on that play. He's on 1st down.
Move the chains. Don't make the chains. Keep that defense in those tears.
It's not going to take it here by the Lions. That's their 3rd. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Offense is set. 1st and 10. Again, get off. He just gets rid of it. You need a couple of times. Do you want to take the risk for the 1st down? After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. And again, here's Jones. That's it. Lions, and the chance to tie before halftime. It's a Sam LaPorta touchdown. Manage that clock beautifully. Get in the final moments block, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
They can go the locker room's time if they put this through. The Packers splits the uprights. Lions top things 10-10. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here.
35-yard line.
They got first and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. He's back to throw. Come on, Jacob. A little taken down after advancing this to the 37. So roll down it up here in the half, Brock, as we send this over to our buddy Scott Hansen. It's got our halftime report. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight, competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Ewer.
All right. Thanks for the moment, Scott. These two teams, they didn't break this tie. As we welcome you back for the third quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half. All time as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. This one's fielded at the 40 block. And he's brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes Green Bay. They have the first series of this second half. And they can take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Green Bay offense to the line now. First and 10. And he's been a decent game before being put down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable. It creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got second and 4. Jacobs will be able to see.
If you notice those guys that they love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get the end where they're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
First down, and they go into it.
So much to like about that run, particularly what he's able to get out of it. The defense, I think feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run. It puts in that first down moment.
70 yards on that last play, so this is second and 3. The gun. The first down they put it.
That was pretty darn the timing between the two. They hit a throw about that. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback. The receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
So first down from the 41. Toss. This is Jacobs.
One defender fell off. His buddy was there to swarm to the ball. Big that play just as it gets to the scrimmage.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is second and 10. Here's the line. It's a clear.
There's no negatives. There's a great shoot for completion. It's one of those situations. I'm going to take a risk and throw an out route. I'm sure I'd like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
7th play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 36. Putting a receiver in motion. Move his line on third. This is it's like he's going to get this down in the other. He's picking him goal to go.
First down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Then a great throw to a nice route and catch to move in the chains. There wasn't a thing not to like. Not that amazing play.
Ron Jacobs. He's only
between runners alike. Staying on schedule. If you see you play first and goal situations too, with a run like that now, it leaves a whole playbook wide open for you.
Here's second and goal from the 6. Government offensive action. He's getting the Packers take the lead on number 2. It's a long game. But definitely wanted to get that one out quick drop. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game of matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
McManus on for the extra point. It's the point set right down the middle. The Packers break it inside and they'll lead by 7. On now is McManus to kick this away. Swinging from the fly. And he was in the control. He's the 20 from the game. Finish all day. The offense headed out for Detroit. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 for this offense right here. They can give their defense a chance to catch a breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's first and 10. They go play action with Goff. It's the left side by Cody. And the tackle still to the side of the game.
That's one of those play action plays they've left over the week. Just with this quarterback together, went to bed last night thinking, really, what this week's going. And when it is, we have just a little space to operate. That play action looks beautiful in the tight end in the fish here.
This game is on second down. No one doesn't want to reach. Even maybe you are. It's still down.
So,
The shotgun, go. Quick place, beat on the bucket. He's going to get us up close to the point before going out. So there goes it on the pickup. And that is good for Detroit first down.
and those are the completions they rely on in their passing game.
We set it down for him. Starts at the 38. Our first hit, it's good. And that's the second one. This is great for number 2.
That's a That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's second and 8. Another one for Gibbs. Some space in the midfield. Just waiting for one to get in the lead and take the territory. The Phillies brought in. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Tell you what, kid, one of the things I'm most proud of from the broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal because of it. I'll never forget it. And they just showed up.
He's only is to the 12 now before the start. It's just some power to get a quarterback in his name or zone.
Same thing for a receiver, especially on the draft ground. When you see some coverage like that, just settle down, find the side spot, and keep a quarterback with chance.
2nd and 3 now. Coming to game in motion. 2nd and Angela, he's throwing. Jackson to the Gibbs. He'll get down to the 24-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new 7 yards.
But like this, that's exactly where you want to get in the ball. But on the outside, he's got the space in a lot of reachable.
First down.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. Gibbs out from the gun. That's the initial tackle. So it's made for the game on that 1st and 4.
This one is plays. I wish we had the better marked up, Kate, because that thing is showing us the offense and how many one way. It's telling you so. We did not give you any chance.
A momentary speed bump there. I mean, it has otherwise been a great drive. If you're 2nd and 11. Go back to throw. So Pitts Brian. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Lions ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. Packers loading up the secondary on 3rd. 6 DBs out there. Down throw. 3rd. And let's see. 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're in the 1st and goal.
That's good. First down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. Here's the kick to Gibbs. He's blocked out.
First and goal. That seems to be conservative and run the grips. Even if they want to stop short, still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
8 yards to go as they get set on 2nd and goal. Look at him, go. He brings it in. It's now trailed by just a bullet. See the 4. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
So a chance to tie it up again here on the 4th. Kick is good. So this game they're hinging on every position as they're tied up in the 4th. We've got a tie ball game now because they send us away. We'll see what they're trying here. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. Gets it to the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. They're headed out there after just watching their lead disappear, but going off of that, an opportunity does exist now for an immediate answer.
And I'm going to say the quiet thing out loud here, Kate. There is a part of this offensive group that just loves this opportunity. They get the chance right now to answer, and not just that, but possibly come up with a game-winning drive.
Love winning on first down. That's going to one by doing it. They'll go down for pushing this up to the 29.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down one play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Now we're on the 25th. This way. He picks up 15 on the play. It's good for a Green Bay first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Jacobs. Say 2 yards at 2nd down. If it gets along. It's a single. Not going to bring him different than me. He gets it down at 32-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route to Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack them, only to drop your hips, cut right inside. So good work. Help reset those chains.
First and 10. He's sitting with his way for Jacobs. And shoot it first. They don't know the game.
You these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook is wide open.
2nd and 3 now. To the that's when he's sniffing quickly, shut it up.
That's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Let's walk to the 15. We get 14 yards in it. And they give the Packers the first.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
You keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Okay, to Jacobs. It's like but only a 2 yards there.
So pick up the 3. Picks up 2nd and 7 at the 13-yard line.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Jacobs gets it on the kill. Once again, he doesn't manage to they got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
There's some positive yards here, Kate, but just as important, they're mixing up their play calling, and they could very well be setting up the defense for a big play later.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers going for the win here. Extra man in the secondary for the Lions on his third down. He's back to throw. He's picking up 0-2 Green Bay. Packers have taken the lead. So about the determination there. This game has been as hard as you will see. They grab holding lead here with a late touchdown, and they just won the ball game.
You can almost feel them saying, hey, we don't know overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplish their goals. They begin to ask the question. They leave too much time on the clock. Stay tuned.
McManus on for the extra point. Let's go. The Packers break that tonight. They'll lead by 7.
17.
Now is McManus to kick this away. Turn starts at the 9. He's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And Jared Goff has to take over once again. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been to this offense. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Start the ground with Gears. If he picks up about 4 minutes of the same minutes, so 2nd and 6 coming.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing one to him. He done well. Everybody's just, that's acceptable there offensively to get this drive moving.
So gain of 5 on that first step. Let's see if they can repeat that performance down here on 2nd. Again, it's Gibbs. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Lions don't need some timeouts. They're first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. Look to throw it. That's another quick hit. And he's in the lead. It's the 45 before going.
Kate, if there was one throw in the big play that picked me up enough more than any, or it was an up front versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a duck.
And off to Gibbs from the gun. Good work by the defense. I'm getting on 2nd 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, behind the line with a stop to celebrate in the race.
Chance another chance here on 34. Everybody has the four. It's like it's This morning they didn't put a step to this one, but a memorable shift of Norton's broken for the game. Just when it calls time out, get 2nd. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first.
First down.
We've set it down for him from the 31. He is to throw. He's not too simple. They're just some shot on his zone. And that one goes for a game of 11. Even instead of 1st in.
Well, such things that he knew exactly where he was going with that before a snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Sitting into Packers. It's a little confused over the minute. Looking for some with it. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Hey, Mr. Portman, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage is waiting for it. You'd be super fortunate that ball wasn't hit. The incompletion still pretty good for the defense, too.
It's still taking. It's taking here by the Titans. That's their third. And now they're powerless to stop that clock in the time out.
Okay, that's a quick hitter to the big game. And that's what you normally expect to see out of it. Not a huge game, just pick it up a little bit before they stall them out.
Right, they need 7 here on third down. And was the 9th play of this drive. To throw. To the end zone. Incomplete. So they take their shot for the Arizona. They're going to focusing on it first down marker. And they got a decision to make.
Yeah, they beat that incompletion. They made the decision. You never send that field goal team when they took the shot. They just couldn't finish it.
Hands are time. This one fix. Desperation to here. This goes incomplete, and I think they dropped that. Nothing but terrible downs.
You know, Karen, I think I've ever met a defender that cares. All we want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. And that is a good keeper. So this is a Packers win. This was a game that even circled a long time ago, Brock. You bring a divisional rival into your building, you want to make statements at their expense and get that W.
You know, it's not just an axiom, right? That it's so hard to win any game in the NFL. It is. They're difficult to do. But a division rival in your own building, it almost feels like a must win. And that's the juice they played with today.
So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are your winners as we say so long from Green Bay.